Hello everyone, this is Akash here. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about how can you install Jenkins on Ubuntu machine from scratch. So in my previous video, I've explained that how you can just run Jenkins on Docker, but that is not going to be the only solution to have the Jenkins running in your machine. So we can also install Jenkins in the VM in the machine itself without even running that as a container. So let's go and see that. So I'm going to install that from scratch. So this is my Ubuntu machine. Okay, so how do I check that? Maybe you can just go here. Okay, so lsp_release-a will tell you that what is the distribution of this particular Linux machine. The release is 18.04 and the code name is Bionic. So the very first thing which I have to install over here is Java. Okay, so before running Java, probably I'll just update my package. So the package which Ubuntu uses apt-get -y so that it will not ask for any further confirmation. Okay, so it says that my package is up and running and it is completely updated. So now that my package is updated, let's go and search at how do we install Jenkins on Ubuntu machine. So just search in Google install Jenkins on Ubuntu. Okay, so the first link is from the DigitalOcean. You don't have to check that. So the official guide from Jenkins is this one, wiki.jenkins.io. okay, so if you go inside this one, it says that you need to have JDK and JRE installed, and I mean this both has to be there by default. So let's go and install this one. Sudo apt-get install OpenJDK 7JRE and OpenJDK 7JDK. Okay, so you can install both at once. Just add an extra space and add the next particular package. Okay, just say why now. Okay, so it says that OpenJDK 7 is not available. So let's try installing 8. Yeah, so it is there. So 7 is quite old, maybe you can go for 1.8. okay, so now that my Java is updated, let's go and just check Java -version. Okay, so it says that my OpenJDK version is 1.8. yeah, so that's the one which we have installed. So now that my Java is installed, let's echo the Java home path. So there is nothing set right now. We have to set the Java home so that every time when we try to run any Java application, it should always take the default Java home path. So by default, when you go to cd user lib, you can search here that if you just come out of this one and search user lib, and if you go inside, you can see here that there should be something called as JVM. yeah, so just go inside JVM, and inside that you have your Java running. So this is the one which we just took while installing, and inside that we have bin folder. So if you just search for bin, yeah, the bin is here. So you just have to take the present working directory of this one and export it to Java home. Okay, so your Java home is exported. Probably if you just echo now, you can see that my Java home is now updated. Okay, so now every time when we try to run any Java application, it will always take this Java by default. So you also have to set your path. So if you now just run echo path, you can see here that Java is not updated here. So we just have to go export path equal to /bin. So after Java home, we have a bin folder where all the Java libraries are present. Okay, so we have to just skip this path and you have to export that inside the path. Okay, so now if you do echo path, you can see that now Java is also available in my path. Okay, so this is a good solution to have Java like this, but if you try restarting your computer, you might not be able to see your Java. So you have to set it permanently, right? So to set it permanently, probably you can just go to vi etc environment, and over here you see that your path is not set. Add the Java home, that's all. Okay, so it needs sudo permission, so we have to go to sudo vi etc environment. So before doing that, probably I'll just take the Java path. Okay, and here just add this path. Okay, and once you do that, you have to source that particular environment. So once you source, yeah, now it is up and running. Okay, so there could be usual case that usually like most of the environments, most of the Linux system source are into etc environment by default. So if your system doesn't do that, okay, so probably you can go to the cd dot, you have to go to your home directory and then .bashrc. Okay, not this one, sorry, not cd, you have to do it vi, sudo vi bashrc. So inside this, maybe you can just add your file, add your path of Java. At the end you have to just add it here. I'm not going to add it now because for me it works just by adding in the environment. Okay, just add it and source your the same, run this command again, source etc environment, and you are good to go. Okay, so now that my Java is installed, everything is up and running, let's go to the second part. So first thing is that you have to add the key of Jenkins. Okay, so once the key is added in the apt-get package, in the apt key package, you have to run this particular command. So this is nothing but all the binaries are available here. So just go to this path and you can see that all the stable builds of Jenkins are available here. So it is just that it is redirecting all the stable binaries to this particular source list. Okay, so the apt has a source list by default, and inside that it is going to create a list called jenkins.list where all the Debian stable builds binaries will be added. Okay, so just run this particular command and this is added. Now only thing you have to do is that sudo apt-get update. So sudo apt-get update is going to update your package again after adding that particular jenkins.list, and once that package is updated, just run jenkins install. Okay, so now that my Jenkins is installed and it is up and running, just take my IP address and the port 8080 is added by default. Okay, so sometimes what will happen that if you see in the document it is written also that if your Jenkins failed to start, so the only chance is that the port 8080 which is currently assigned to Jenkins was already assigned to some other application. For example, Nginx also has 8080 by default. So in that case, just go to this particular location okay, sorry, just go to this particular location and you can see here that the HTTP port is 8080. Just change it to any port which you want, either it is 9000 or 8081, any port of your own choice. Okay, and once you have added and then just try running again, Jenkins, I mean, then you are good to go after that. Okay, so we have to unlock Jenkins. So by default my Jenkins initial password is into this location. So go to your computer and run this one. It says permission denied. Say sudo cat and run it again, and you can see here the password is now shown. So you have to install Jenkins with some suggested plugins which Jenkins says by default, or you can choose plugins of your own choice. I'll just go with install suggested plugins. So it basically takes care of all the CI/CD related plugins by default. For example, for some of the build tools are there by default, Gradle, and then we have Git also. Okay, the pipeline plugin is also there by default. So most of the plugins which you might need are already available here. Any of the plugins you don't want, you can always go to the plugin section and you can delete it. So all the plugins are now installed. Okay, so you have to create your first admin user. I'll just give it as Akash. Give a password and my name and my email address. You can give anything over here. Just say save and continue. And your Jenkins URL is this. That is nothing but your host IP and the port 8080 which has been exposed. Just say save and finish. And your Jenkins is now installed and it is up and running. So that's how, I mean, that's the only demonstration which I want to give right now, at how do you install Jenkins from scratch. Okay, so now Jenkins is up and running. You can just create any, just do a test build, restart project. Go down and add a build step. Since it's a Linux VM, by default it is going to use my master, that is my Linux VM where my Jenkins is installed, because I have not added any additional agents right now. So it is going to use the shell only because it is going to use Ubuntu. Okay, just do echo hello from Akash. Just save and say build now. And you can see my build is completed. So that's all for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.